Tonight, I will speak on youth development and how Central Kingston Young Jamaica chapter will play its part in national development. As I look around, I see people ready. I see young people ready to make a difference in Central Kingston. And it is only fitting we take on this mission. The Jamaica Labour Party believes in the youths. As the Honorable Prime Minister Andrew Holness once said, every youth is a star. And his administration has made it very clear that the JLP is committed to the next generation of leaders. Even now, some people still believe that handing out of food and giving money can guarantee votes. But today, we say those days are over. As young people, we are informed than ever, and our votes are based on policies that drive national development while securing our future. As young, active, and vibrant political chapter, we have a vision. Over the next quarter, we will be increasing youth participation in politics by reaching more young people in schools, communities, and workplaces. We will organize discussions to teach young people about the government policies, their rights, and how they can actively contribute to nation building. From sports competition to skill training programs, we will create opportunities for young people to grow and excel. We will walk through communities, spreading awareness about the JLP vision and how MP Donovan Williams is working for the people. Labor rights, this movement can't succeed without you. We need the full support of the community. So show up, get involved, attend our meetings, forums, and events. Let your voice be heard. Hold us accountable. We believe in accountability. We want the community to challenge us to deliver results. Share the work being done by MP Donovan Williams and the JLP government so that others can see the vision for a better Central Kingston. Encourage the youths, man. Get young people engaged and excited about their role in shaping the future. To my fellow young Jamaican leaders and others JLP representatives, this is the time to lead with action, not with words. We must work together to ensure accountability and transparency in everything we do. Remember, the integrity does not have an age limit. The people trust us to represent them. So let us show them that we are here to serve, not just during election time, but every single day. Let's be accessible, responsive, and committing to making real changes in our community. The Central Kingston Young Jamaican chapter fully supports our MP, Donovan Williams. Sir, you must stay here. You are vibrant, you believe in youth of Central Kingston, and you are committed to progress. Our mission is to increase youth involvement in politics. Look at the numbers. Youth unemployment has dropped from 32% to 11%. This is a proof that the JLP is taking the right step towards youth development. I will leave it there. But I am calling on the community to come out and support MP Williams. We have all seen his commitment to people. Labor rights, the future is in our hand. Central Kingston youth, the time for action is now. Show labor rights!
You know, sister, we are create waves like the ocean. We know they have the done, so no explosion, and we make the commotion. They can dance with them, watch we have emotion. Deep and we slogan. We do it first, got them soft like lotion, and waves like the ocean, yeah. Never see a phone sound, never see a phone sound strong. Never the time for relax.
Well done, Mr. Richards. A seasoned businessman with decades of experience across various industries. He's running as a candidate for Southeast St. Andrew in the upcoming general elections. Let's welcome MP, Mr. Caretaker, Kevin Fritz.
Yeah. So we are coming with a force. Yeah. We are reaping, we coursing on full. we rise and bust.
Show labor rights. So the future of Jamaica is young Jamaica. It is our responsibility to ensure within the next 10 to 20 years, we have a Jamaica that is prosperous and safe. 20 years from now, I'll be a very old man, but many of us will be standing at this podium or a similar podium to encourage young people to stay the course. It is very important that we strengthen our base and lay the foundation. This is a means of identifying future movers and shakers. It is also important for us, the older folks, to hear from you, the younger generation, in helping to put policies in place that will ultimately serve us all in the future. The launch of this chapter is a positive step in the right direction, and the young people of this constituency will benefit tremendously. I see young Jamaica the same way as how I see critical infrastructure, such as the Cornwall Regional Hospital, the Montego Bay Bypass, the repairs to our police stations, the Recounting Bay water treatment plant, building of new schools, or even a social housing program. It is a means of putting critical infrastructure in place and systems that we'll need in due time. So I'm encouraging all of you this evening to be active, do the work, be the change, and keep your community strong. Show up.
Chance, yeah. To show them what we can do. Hive Entertainment.
You didn't get to cry, you the pressure high. Not a mother ball, not a structure fly. You must get a gun before me get...
Labor rights. Representing Central Kingston, with pride, she's a member of our Young Jamaica chapter and studying law at UA Mona. Give it up for Miss Amanda Miller.
Let me ask you now. If I must represent for the most honorable and Jones. Anyway, right? I'm Jones, Mr. Them can't hold you. Then at the top, you go win it. Feel much stronger. Yeah, we don't bring it. JLP straight to the top.
Labor rights. I see MP Donovan Williams in the building. MP Delana Steve Wright. MP caretaker Kevin Frick. MP caretaker Davian Vassell. Councillor Susan Senior. Young Jamaica President Rohan Walsh. Mr. Fabian Brown. And the man from our soil, Shane. It is an honor to stand before you today at the official launch of the Central Kingston Young Jamaica chapter. Today, we are not just launching a chapter, we are making history!
What will you say? Try your face on the things. Buckle your belt, tie your lace on the fears. History will make you know. History will make you know, dear. What will you say?
We are building a movement. We are standing here together as a testament to resilience, determination, and the power of unwavering excellence. Belief. I know this fight, not because me hear about it, but because me live it. And when I say I live it, I talk about just a portion of it. Because me and all of the youth them the years are slow, yes, today, younger than the war day, is a decade war. I am from Central Kingston, and I know firsthand how hard we fought, how hard I fought alongside the people of this community to secure a seat for the Jamaica Labour Party in Central Kingston. Show a labor rights.
Labor rights.
And a little door we knock upon, and a little conversations we had. We challenged the status quo, and we never give up, even when the odds were stacked against us. But in 2020, against all expectations, against history itself, we did
MP Donovan Williams bring home the victory to the Jamaica Labour Party. And now, today, we continue that legacy. Because what we are doing here this evening, launching this chapter of Young Jamaica, this could have never happened before. It was unthinkable that we could stand in central Kingston and say that Young Jamaica is here. That the youth of this constituency are standing tall under the banner of the Jamaica Labour Party. But look around you. We are here, and we are here to stay. This chapter is not just a group. It is a movement. It is a force, and it is built with a clear vision. We will ensure that every young person in Central Kingston knows their power and understands their role in the democratic process and has the tools to shape their future. This chapter exists to bring young people together, to stand united for the development of our community and to the continued process of the Jamaica Labour Party in this constituency. Let's make one thing clear. This chapter has a mission. We are here to work. We are here to fight. We are here to ensure that Member of Parliament Donovan Williams wins again and takes Central Kingston for a second term. One good term deserves a next. We never fight so hard to turn the seat a green just to make it slip away. We will be on the ground, in the streets, in every corner of this constituency, making sure that the progress we fought for in 2020 continues beyond 2025. This will not be easy. Change never is. But if there is one thing I know from the people of Central Kingston, is that we not back down. We not run from challenge. We embrace it and we take it head on. So this evening, as we launch this chapter, let us commit, not just in words, but in action. Let us be the generation that transforms Central Kingston into a model constituency. Let us be the youth that proves that when we stand together, there is nothing we cannot achieve. Don't just watch change happen. Be a part of it. Get involved. Follow Young Jamaica on social media. And let's build this movement together. This is our time. This is our movement. This is Central Kingston, Young Jamaica. Shower
One make them mix. Two me no make, and the money me make. Gone uptown with a little mix. One belly, government badness and jewelness.
How did she sound? Labor right? Our next speaker is from West Kingston, and she is the West Kingston chapter chair, one of our long-serving members and a hard-working labor right. We active and strong. Her name is Anashika Crossdale.
And so when we saw that the chapter launch was being done in Central Kingston, we had to be here. Come on, show our labor rights. Show our labor rights. In 2020, when Young Jamaica came in Central Kingston to take home the victory for the Jamaica Labour Party, they told us that it could not be done. But today we are here. We are in this momentous occasion, this historic occasion, and the chapter of Central Kingston, Young Jamaica is active and strong. Come on, show a labor rights.
Shout.
Our MP Donovan Williams has done the work, and I know that the young people of Central Kingston are doing the work on the ground to secure the second term for the impact boss himself. Show a labor rights.
Excuse me, not play
So
that.
the neighboring West Kingston chapter will also come whenever you call on us, because we know that it is all for one and one for all. We know that the work of the Jamaica Labour Party is for everybody to do. And we know that Young Jamaica is active and strong across the length and breadth of Jamaica. So when you see us on the road, and your sister, we are go there and we're talking to the youth and we're talking to the young people, come on, if there's something that you can share, some knowledge, some history, because we have it out there to work with, you know. We have the people out there that are going to be naysayers. We have the PMP that are saying that it cannot be done. But we are going to make history as the Jamaica Labour Party to secure its third term. Come on, show a labor rights. Show a labor rights. 2020, day after day, work after work, when we came in Central Kingston, we come after school, we come after work, and we walked on the roads of Almantown and Raytown, and the PNP, them came down on us. But because we are a set of resilient people, we little and we talawa, and we know that anything we set out to accomplish, we are going to achieve it. So in our business, what the PNP wants, that we know that we are doing the work to secure the third term for Andrew Michael Hollis. We are doing the work in Central Kingston to secure the second term for Donovan Williams. So I implore the young people of Central Kingston, nobody get weary. When you get tired, go and go pray. Take it to the Lord in prayer, because as the Jamaica Labour Party, the Lord shall always be our strength and our guide. And because we have got power back, we have God beside us, we have God in front of us, then victory shall be ours. Show a labor rights! Show a labor rights!
Barnina, if another bunk, I'm gone. From my belly, them want me falling. I'm gonna move to the food, the dog, them want in the Barnina, roll out in the all dance, all them. For the money, ain't girl, you're sinner. Pow, in a face, so for your corner. Reach a level where them can't hold me down again.
Show a labor rights.
Labor rights.
Sorry about that, but that's fine. He is the JLP candidate for councillor in the Almantown division for the 2024 local government election. And a proud son of a Central Kingston and someone who's been making a real impact for years. Let's welcome Councillor Caretaker Andre Ellis.
I don't know the rest. I know the Almighty protect me. The Lord will not forsake me. Jana, the rest suffer by the hands of the wicked. So when the them are wicked, we know fear if they
Chairman, every time. Chairman Donovan Williams, MP, caretaker, councillors, senators, Young Jamaica executive, young members of Young Jamaica, Central Kingston chapter, media houses, supporters, good evening. I bring you greetings from the Almantown division. It is a momentous occasion to be here this evening for the launch of Young Jamaica in our own Kingston Central constituency. It's even a greater feeling to have assisted with the recruitment of members towards this initiative. I believe the formation of a chapter here augurs well for the constituency, the personal development of the youths, and the Jamaica Labour Party. Through proper democracy, I know there will be election of president and other officers of this movement. I just want to use the opportunity to wish all the persons running all the best. I know as a division, we stand ready to offer our support to the inaugural team. And I just want to say it's an election here. Third term loading. Show our labor rights.
shout, 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 shout.
Show our labor rights. Show our labor rights. DJ Mary have a tune because this next speaker who is coming is a young Jamaica baby. Person might look old, but in 2013 when we relaunched this organization, he was the first person to give us a room, and that was at Carter Hall. Marlon, you remember that? Yes, and we met and we strategized, and this evening he's here with us. DJ, run the tune. Ladies and gentlemen, Fabian Brown. Welcome, Fabian Brown.
Follow me now. Mix this. I'm on the rush them like a pit bull. Mix with the rats. Tap them like a rat.
Show our labor rights. Show our labor rights. All right. So, Mr. MP, congratulations, sir. Big respects. MP Donovan Williams, members of the head table, labor rights all, young people of Central Kingston. Una do something. Una do something. No man. Road a fix in a Central Kingston because the young people have a benefit because the MP do something. Yes, there is support to the education inside of Central Kingston. It is because the young people them need to do something. Yes, man. The Jamaica Labour Party budget the other day with the Honorable Favour Williams. It proves that the Jamaica Labour Party under the Ministry of Finance do something. The most Honorable Andrew Michael Holness, when he done them in a parliament, it is obvious that the Jamaica Labour Party do something. And it's for that reason that we know, say, the third term, labor rights of Central Kingston. It is always great to see, to hear, to feel, to recognize the youth of the party. Them get up, them dress up, them show up, and them do something. Them get up with the fear of God in them, being grateful for the fact that they can get up morning after morning. This is the Jamaica Labour Party young people. Them show up, them dress up with confidence, knowing that them can form a chapter in all the constituencies across Jamaica. Because what? Them are proofs that them can do something. And them show up with that confidence and that attitude of gratitude, making a difference, ensuring that constituency after constituency, not just in Area Council 1, but across the length and breadth of Jamaica, they are one force that is going to ensure that the third term becomes a reality. It has happened before, and I'm sure it will happen again. Donovan Williams is a testimony. He can testify to the strength and to the fortitude of the young people of the Jamaica Labour Party, and specifically the young people of Central Kingston. This evening, I am encouraged. Mr. President, I am motivated. Indeed, I am inspired because the Jamaica Labour Party is active and strong. Because the young people, them are do something. Them are do something. Them are do something. And so not long from now, whenever Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Michael Holness should decide to make a decision, young people of Central Kingston, young people of Area Council 1, make sure you nudge, you inspire, you motivate, you encourage all young people that you have the link with to come out in them numbers and do something, because the third term is where we are defend. God bless you. Show our labor rights.
We not frightened for nobody, but we respect everybody, and we better than everybody. So me we run where anybody. No boy no better than we.
No boy no better than we. Labor rights. Labor rights. What an evening we're having, right? I want to use this opportunity to formally welcome
to our Young Jamaica meeting for the first time. This is first ever meeting to a Young Jamaica meeting. The former president of G2K, yes, and now Senator and State Minister in the Ministry of Tourism, the Lana Seabright, Labor Rights, welcome him. I want to also welcome a friend of Young Jamaica, Senator Apka Fitz-Henley, to the meeting. Labor Rights, welcome him. And Labor Rights, we have a lot of guests here, you know. A friend of Young Jamaica, my brother and friend, former president of G2K, Ryan Strawn, is here. Labor Rights, just turn around and welcome him.
Labor Rights.
Labor Rights, as you have seen, we have used young persons in this meeting. Miss Miller did well. Labor Rights, I want you to congratulate her on the work that she has done. And now we have a next young lady who will take us through. She is energetic. She is ready for the challenge. Miss Bonner, come up, man. Come up. DJ, find a nice tune.
I know everybody I go like we, still we irie. Come in all of likes, in a dancehall style. I know everybody I go like, still we irie. Come in a love likes, no. So every time I rise, we do it for the love, we not do it for the likes. Do it for the love, we not do it for the likes. Do it for the love.
Show our labor rights. Well, now nobody come take what progress right now. Now I want to welcome an individual who has been steadfast in good faith and work in the political landscape with over 15 years of unbroken service and 3 victories under her belt. Serving in the Norbrook Division, she has earned the trust and admiration of people she represents.
Shout, 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 shout.
A true champion of the Jamaica Labour Party, she continues to make waves with her leadership and dedication. Please make a warm welcome for our councillor, Susan Senior.
For my independent ladies, na 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 na. Me have money in my pocket, so I feel nice. No borrow girl clothes in a real life. Now sponge for a boy where you feel like. Can buy something drink if I feel like. Nobody worry about me, call me out.
Good evening, Labor Rights. Wow. Pleasant good evening to you all. All protocol observe. MP Donovan Williams, a special big up to you. Today is a good day, and I'm elated. I feel good, and I feel honored to be here as a special guest to speak to you, especially my young people. It has been a long time coming. And I look in the crowd and I see a mixture. I see young people, and I also see senior persons like myself, Peggy, Sandra, and the whole works. But they say, without history, we cannot carry on the baton. And I stand here as a proud member of Young Jamaica then. And I stand there as a proud member of the Jamaica Labour Party because I am a product of change. I am a product of growth. I am a product of community development. And it all started in a community called Grandspen, where I grew up. And I was a member of a community organization, a youth club. And the people in my community saw something in me because I was resilient. I was a very strong person in my community, and I love my community. And I was identified by my then counselor, Robert Williams, AKA Chichi, who took me to the constituency of North Central St. Andrew, with a member of parliament called some youth. And there I started my political journey. And I can tell you, back then, it was not fashionable for the Jamaica Labour Party to be winning. We spent days at 20 Belmont Road at the Jamaica Labour Party headquarters. And we were meeting, and we were strategizing, and we were making sure that the foundation was laid for today, like now in central Kingston, where I am proud to sit and listen to the young people that are coming up in this Jamaica Labour Party. And I remember when we won, and I was like, wow, we were at the JLP office. Remember, Delano? And I was saying, why were we meeting every time? It didn't feel like we were losing. And then, whoops, the foundation was laid. We had a visionary leader. And last month, the second Tuesday of each month, the KSAMC had to go by conference center to host our general meeting. And we went in room 3. And when I sat in there and I looked in the roof, I saw bamboo. And when I look on the system and the aesthetics of the room, I was like, wow, this is the work of the most honorable Edward Philip George Siaga. And if we fail to plan, we plan to fail. And it started somewhere. And I want the growth to continue. Today, Central Kingston is leading a charge. Central Kingston, you deserve what is happening now. You longed for it. You fought for it. You stood up for it. And now the change is coming. We have people like Bonnie and Jackie and many more people that had passed on in Central Kingston that had fight the good fight. And trust me, today they're looking down and they're happy to know that we are here. We are making the change. And the young people here is standing with their MP. They have made the right choice. They have chosen the Jamaica Labour Party. You understand? And the young Jamaica, who is the affiliate of the Jamaica Labour Party, it has its own mandate to make sure that young people can make their steps onward into the future of our country. A country that is taking off, and there's no time to turn back. We are here to help this country grow under the leadership of Dr. Andrew Michael Holness and the team. And I'm here today. I'm available. You know, when Donovan was running as councillor, I sat on young Amanda veranda with Ebo, Deary, and the team and everybody. And we stayed there and we made the files and the folders and we did what we had to do. And here I am, listening to them today. And I'm so proud of these young people. And I just want to say, young people, it's your time. I am old now, but I'm here to stand and guide you along the way. Keep your heads high. Look out for your brothers and sisters and lead the path. Thank you very much.
Them they want we are. Who got and come back with the formula. Have everybody speechless like Michael Jackson song, you know. When we are working, did I laugh, you know. No blood in the eye, even Johnson and the heart, you know. Find the formula.
Can you guys make some noise for Miss Susan? Now, to bring us greeting is now attorney at law and MP caretaker, otherwise called the TikTok lawyer, is Davian Vassar.
Johnny.
Show a labor rights. When we say third term, you must say loading. Third term. Third term. I must say congratulations to my friend and colleague Donovan Williams. You are a very good lawyer. Now you have transcended to becoming a very good MP. They say without vision, people perish. And this chapter launch today shows that Donovan Williams has vision. Congratulations, Donovan, and congratulations, Central Kingston, for your chapter. Young people need to be engaged. And that's why I believe it's important for this chapter launch today. Because when young people are not engaged, they find themselves doing all sorts of things. But a political party is a good place to start because leadership is the first call of man. To serve your country is one of the greatest things. And to be a part of this great institution built by Bustamante, built by labor. That's what we're saying. Under this government, we have more affordable housing solutions, we have more jobs, we have more and better social infrastructure. We have sound fiscal policies, and crime is going down. Jamaica is definitely a place to raise families and do business. We're getting to the place where we need to be. Now, them other people there tell us, say, oh, them need a chance and that time come. But when you ask them, what are you going to do differently from what is happening now? They cannot tell you. They can't tell you. It sounds more like a house party than a political party, but so it go. But see, when Dr. Andrew Michael Holness called him, you know when me and my labor go do, you know? We're going to vote labor. We're going to vote what? Who's the third term? Third term? Show our labor rights. One love.
Labor rights. Leaker win your World Cup. And no for them no like how we hotter than thermos. Me see, they don't like when get a youth shell the world up. Where them a go do ya now? When the men pick them girl up. Where them a go do ya now? We still a win.
Show our labor rights.
We still a win.
Show our labor rights. Up next, a dynamic leader whose passion for youth and service to the Jamaica Labour Party has been nothing but short. He was a part of the team who revived the Young Jamaica movement and is now leading the charge in critical 2025 general elections. His work to inspire young Jamaicans across the island. Please welcome our president, Mr. Rohan Walsh.
One champion. Labor rights. Labor rights. Good evening. Good evening, labor rights. Good evening to all the workers of Central Kingston. Good evening to all the delegates of Central Kingston. Good evening to the mothers, the fathers of Central Kingston and labor rights. Let me use this opportunity to say good evening, Member of Parliament. Much respect. To the young people in Central Kingston, you know yourself. Akeem, Amanda, the whole works, everybody. Good evening. And thank you for the work that you have been doing in Central Kingston. This that you're seeing this evening, labor rights, is something that we don't have in pipeline. It has been on the table for a long time, but now we're taking it off the table and we're putting it on the ground and we're going to run to victory for the third term. And Central Kingston is important to Bustamante Party and to Andrew Michael Holness, our leader and Prime Minister in that third term. So labor rights, you know I always have a thing. So I'm going to pause now, DJ, you have to find a song quick, anything you have. Because we have our guest speaker here, and he is Mayor of Montego Bay, Richard Vernon.
But them be safe, them got them wouldn't do them day. Them talk about me like every day, me talk about them like not one day. Trust everybody just a follow me, yo me can't be one on that day. Me have to get up like every day, my 3 pints never so easy. Now me feel me need a key for the city. One of the gen of them know who don't fit me, Kylie. We all like the city. One time I never too care, but I'm picking. Nobody got me feeling things because I don't feel ya. They never tell you no feel trouble when I'm troubling ya. Somebody couldn't tell you, say I saw you over. We say people yes, so I we turn the value up. Watch this. Me not explain myself to no man, and me no need no now.
So labor rights, welcome our guest speaker, a young Jamaica man. Lord God. So labor rights, as I was saying, I want to thank the members from Central Kingston and the work that they have been doing. And now we're going to go on to our third term. Victory is a must. You understand me? Victory, labor rights, is a must. So now, labor rights, as I make my presentation, I want us to just understand something, right? That time talk, but labor work. You get that? Time talk, but labor do what? Long time labor work, don't it? Now, we have a political party that believe in young people. And I just want to use this opportunity to show you that time only talk, but labor work. Now follow me. This organization was not active for a period of time. And in 2013, a group of young labor rights decided that they're not going to do any talking like time, but we're going to do what? Work. So, some of the guys are still here in this room. We had maybe 2 persons who drive a vehicle, right? And the rest of we walk. So sometime we would have walked from Devon House to Belmont Road. Yes? Sometime we would have walked from Papine to Belmont Road. Sometime man used to walk from a place called Grand Spen to Belmont Road. You think a joke? We had people who walked from West Kingston down at Tivoli to Belmont Road. So time will talk, but labor work. And we do what? We put in the work. And so we got this organization back up. Yes? So when we get this organization back up, people like Susan used to say, come. Not true, Susan? Say, come. We're there at Belmont Road and people, I say, who them young people here, Susan, stand up for we. And my pitney them. So we put in the work. And what you're seeing today is an organization with young people who work. So when you hear some people talking off their mouth and saying bad things about Labour Party young people, we have to run them away and make them know that these are young people who put in the work. So when you hear me say work, you know where I'm going to now. Not true? So we were in opposition then. We're not going back there anytime now. Yeah? We're going for our third term. And what we get to understand as young youths in the party is that we had some real workers who were foundation Young Jamaica members, yes? Like Susan. You know true? Desmond Mackenzie, yes, as a former president. Everall Warmington, yes? One Warmy, never two, yes. Right? And I want to tell you something now. While we were working, there were 2 gentlemen who believed in us. One of them called us to Belmont Road one day, and him never make us sit down outside and wait too long. He wrap up a meeting and meet with we. He's now the general secretary of the party,
and Deputy Prime Minister of Jamaica, and he's the man in charge of getting the security business under control, and he's doing a good job. He's working. Yes? Dr. Horace Chang. And then labor rights. There's a next gentleman who met us at his office in a conference room. Nice style. You want to see how quick we dress up and put on a good piece of clothes to go meet this gentleman. And the first thing this gentleman said to us back in those early days is that I'm a former member of Young Jamaica, you know. And when he said that to us, it changed the energy. The energy changed. It's more work, because now that we look at it, labor rights, this gentleman is all about work. He has dedicated his life to the Labour Party and the people of Jamaica. And it's all about work. In 2016, the Jamaican people said they wanted a worker. And they got a worker. In 2025, the Jamaican people are now saying that this man who we met when we were just in the groundwork of getting this organization back is our very own, the most honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. Our very own. So you see, this organization is no joke organization. It's an organization that builds young people to work for the Jamaican people. So while time talk, labor is doing what? So now labor rights. If you follow me, you realize that from foundation, it's Young Jamaica. Yes? That may I try showing you know. Foundation, it's Young Jamaica. And now, we, as an organization, can boast that our chief builder, yes, is one of us. So you know what you're going to get. Simple. Work. And so, our leader has done a spectacular job. Now, I left Parliament the other night, so inspired. I drive home so inspired, because when I listened to the leader, what I heard was a man who is willing to do more what? And him not in a time for talk, him just want to do more what? And so I go on a football match today, before I came here. And it's a man called me and cussed me. The man said, I don't see you 11 weeks now at the football match. And I said to him, boy, I working. It's work I working to ensure that we have a third term. And the man said to me, say, well, you have to work with we. Come work with we. And I meet the man. I don't know the man. He just called me. I meet the man. And all the man said to me today is, boy, Prime Minister working. And so labor rights, I want you to understand that this political party is not a joke political party. It's a party who wants to get Jamaica back on track. Those other ones mash up the thing. They mash up the thing so that right now, when we are doing the good work, people are saying, boy, what them did I do? They did no work, they only talk. And so labor rights, I want you to understand that when you hear them talk about we're not doing no work, I want you to show them some things, tell them some things, make them know that it is this Jamaica Labour Party government that has invested the most in education since independent Jamaica. I want you to tell them that this Jamaica Labour Party has done the most in agriculture. I want you to tell them, and I know the State Minister will speak about it later, that this Labour Party government has done the most in tourism. All of what I just said in those different sectors is work, is not talk. If you go ask a farmer now, he will tell you. If you go ask the people them in the classroom like myself, them will tell you. If you go ask the person in tourism, them will tell you. Them never say tourism so good in them life. They will tell you. If you ask that little man who get up every morning and said to him, son, go to school, do your work, behave yourself, and him go out there and work, he will tell you that since 2016 until now, minimum wage are go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. That is work. So labor rights. I want when you go into your little communities, I want when you go into your districts, I want you to tell people that is not a talk thing we're upon. We're on a mission of work to fix this country called Jamaica. That is how I want you to engage them. I want you to let them know that we cannot turn back now. We just can't. Labor rights. Think about it. You sit down and you send your child to school. You say, go to school, behave yourself, and do your work. And the people do them work. Tell me now, labor rights. Finish high school, 8 CXC subject. You're not proud about that? So I want to feel proud about Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party. You send that same child to 6th form, and the child pass all of the subject them. But you know, see where the money coming from. Andrew Holness say, no worry about the guarantor things. Go to student loan and make that child continue their education. Labor rights, that child go up at UA or UTech or even NCU and spend 4 years up there and do them best. And when them finish, you put on your best suit, you go up on the university campus, and you see them graduate. You don't feel proud. That is how I want you to feel proud about Andrew Holness and the Labour Party. And you see how you're going to feel proud. You have to stop and preach it to people. Because some people, I hear some fake news. Some people I hear say, things now go on. But it is you, Labour rights, who are going to have to tell them say things are going on. It is your responsibility, Labour rights, to make them know, say, MP Williams fixed the road. It never fixed from Monday was here. And know him fix the road. Tell them straight. It is your responsibility to tell them, say, listen, this government is on a mission. We can't afford now to turn back. Lord of mercy, I remember when I was a young boy. This is my final point. When me still young, but when me the younger, and I come in from school and I hear my mother listening the budget. She never used to watch it. She used to listen on the radio. Lord of mercy. Hey, you have to be on your best behavior them days there. Because from them start them attacks, all when them finish them attacks, and all you can hear my dear mother say, Lord, things hard and bad in this country. Now, when Labour Party got to the parliament in a budget debate, Lord, she called me before the morning and tell me, say, boy, Andrew, I do well, you know. Like she and him talk before, because me here say no new tax now come. This is work, Labour rights. It not just happens so. It's hard work. And we have to go and tell the Jamaican people. I am already spreading it about. Yes? I want you to do the same. So Labour rights. You see, when you see the young people run up and down at the seat, nobody discourage them. I work. Nobody discourage them. Yeah? They will make mistakes. Enough mistakes we make too. But here when me I say, encourage them. When you see them go knock up on somebody's door, nobody say, well, you knock up the person the door for. Tell them, knock it harder. Yes? So that they can do the work. So Labour rights. This party is not a one-man party. This party, an all-away party. All-away are members of this party. That is what Bustamante told us. So it is our party. So I say to you, labor rights, thank you for having young Jamaica and the young people them down here, right? Take care of them, you feel me? And I want you to know that the last election, we were here on the ground, ask the MP, and this time, for sure, you will see us on the ground. Show a labor rights.
Cause it a cut me now and take my strength down. Man would have bleed momentum. Burn down the board house and keep the fence down. Pull team out me no bench now.
As our president said, we are not going back. We're not going back, labor rights. She's not here today, but I have to big up my counselor, our fighter for Central Kingston, Miss Rosalie Hamilton. Our next guest, an individual who made a remarkable transition from the world of journalism to politics. If you know what journalism stands for, it's the pursuit of the truth, and he saw the green light, and he's here now. Known for his breaking news expertise, he's now served as senator, shaping the communication strategies for the upcoming 2025 general election, our third term, because we are claiming it from now. Please welcome.
Labor rights.
His impact already been felt across the political scene. Please welcome Senator Abaka Fitz Henry.
Boss for every boss, done for every done. Ever militant, so it and so it and. Humble like a lamb, tell them no confusion.
Show a labor rights. Show a labor rights. It is good to be with the Jamaica Labour Party family in Central Kingston. I want to begin by acknowledging members of the platform, including the Member of Parliament, the Impact Boss, Donovan Williams. Donovan has a good thing going in Central Kingston. I didn't have my usual team that I usually travel with today, but when Akeem linked me and said, boy, are you still attending upon this conference? I said, I will never say no to young Jamaica. And that is something that I am serious about. Anytime I'm invited to share with the young people of the Jamaica Labour Party or young people across the country, I will accept that invitation because you are the future. And we have to guide you, we have to share with you, because not too long from now, you are the leaders of the various processes which will move Jamaica forward. I want to congratulate young Jamaica and Rohan for launching this chapter. It's a very important move. And I want to encourage young Jamaica as well to continue launching as many chapters across the country, because that's important to the work of the Jamaica Labour Party and advancing Jamaica. Because we are in no doubt that the Jamaica Labour Party is the political institution that has the best track record in terms of moving Jamaica forward. It's important that the young people in the party keep up the work. And I want to encourage you to give Donovan as much support as possible in order to retake this constituency on behalf of the Jamaica Labour Party. Donovan won, registering over 4,600 votes last time around, Donovan. And I hear a man talking about him have the love train. I drove around Central Kingston today before I stopped here, across various communities, and I love the vibe. I love the energy. I see the young people playing cricket, playing football, and I love the camaraderie. It's
no coincidence that Central Kingston has a very low crime rate this year. That's not only due to the good work of the policymakers, and it's due to the good work as well of the security forces. But it is also due to the energy brought by Donovan Williams, who is not a warmonger. He's a man who pushed unity and love. It is clear that Love Train exists in Central Kingston long time. And we don't need a guy to come in and bring a love train to Central Kingston. The people of Central Kingston don't have a love train going. So I want you to ensure that you put in the work to ensure that Donovan score well over 5,000 votes the next time around. Because I don't know if I should tell them, Donovan, but the other side, I hear they can't locate them canvas. But we have it. We have them canvas, Donovan. And we know in Central Kingston, them a target over 4,900 votes. So Labour Rights, Central Kingston family, Young Jamaica family, I want you to assist Donovan, put in the work, and ensure that whenever a general election is called, at Central Kingston locked down for the Jamaica Labour Party and Donovan Williams. The next point I wish to make, because I won't stay up here long, our guest speaker is here. I see Minister Siva Wright is here as well. And I know they have a number of things to say to you, the Jamaica Labour Party family. It's good to see you in Kingston, Mayor Vernon. And I can tell you from now that the communications arm of the Jamaica Labour Party will be depending on you more heavily to spread the messages that we have to tell the Jamaica people, to tell the Jamaican people. And part of our message is that we on the next side, we're not the same. And I believe the recent budget debate highlighted that point. It is the government of the Jamaica Labour Party that has gone approximately 10 consecutive years of no new taxes. 10 consecutive years of no new taxes. And I don't want you to take that lightly, my Jamaican family. Because as you heard Rohan say, there was a time when budget was being read and people were in fear. Because the other side, they took an approach where them tax everything. Them burden the Jamaican people. Them tax party. Them tax handcard vendor. There was a time as well when Peter Phillips and the PNP, them tried to tax the very savings in your bank account. Imagine that. And them approach it so complicated. I recall being at a post-cabinet media briefing. And Peter Phillips couldn't even calculate it to how them was moving to burden the Jamaican people and draw taxes out of your savings account. We cannot afford to go there. We and them are not the same. Them believe in taxing the Jamaican people. We believe in empowering the people, putting more money back into your pockets, because we understand that is how you improve lives, and that is how you grow a market economy. It cannot be about taxing the Jamaican people. Taxes, taxes, taxes. That cannot be the way forward. And in case you believe that the 30 billion in taxes they imposed in their last term was not enough, then plan to tax the Jamaican people again if they are given the chance. I hear the opposition spokesman on agriculture talking about food import tax. And we hear the experts say that means food prices would go up in Jamaica. I hear the opposition spokesman on education talking about increasing taxes on GCT. This against the backdrop of a Jamaica Labour Party government under the leadership of Dr. Andrew Michael Holness that reduced GCT from 16.5 to 15%. I said to you, my young Jamaica family, my Central Kingston family, and my Jamaican family, that we cannot allow the PNP back into power to heap more taxation burden on the backs of the Jamaican people. We cannot allow it. When it comes on to taxation, PNP believe in taxes. The Jamaica Labour Party believe in easing the burdens on the Jamaican people. We believe in reducing taxation. We cut GCT. We cut income tax. We and them are not the same. And that's a key part of the message that I want the young Jamaica family to spread across the country. Because it is very important that the people of Jamaica understand the difference in philosophy and messaging of the Jamaica Labour Party and the other side. Very important. It is the government of the Jamaica Labour Party that increased pension because we care not just about the young people, but we care about the senior citizens. I talk about the budget debate, and I hear a man talking about the 4 E's. That's the opposition spokesman on finance. And I say, hold on, that sounds familiar. Because in 2012, none other than Dr. Holness put forward the idea of the 4 E's, 4 pillars to move Jamaica forward. Focus on the economy, focus on efficiency, focus on energy, among other areas. But the PNP go on platforms across the country and accuse the Labour Party of thieving them ideas. But then I hear the opposition spokesman in Parliament basically regurgitating. I say it word for word. Him left out the environment. I don't know why, if it is because they don't believe in the environment. But, you know, it is believable that they don't believe in the environment. The PNP has no new ideas to offer Jamaica. The budget debate was confirmation of that. They have no plan to move Jamaica forward. On the next point about we are not the same, I want you to speak about the murder rate and the difference in the approach to crime and violence that the Jamaica Labour Party administration take compared to the PNP. The murder rate, when the late great Edward Philip George Siaga demitted office, was just over 400. When P.J. Patterson and the PNP take charge of this country, in around 2005, Jamaica declared the murder capital of the world. Over 1,670 Jamaicans murdered, the majority by the gun. The Jamaica Labour Party has been in office, and murders are down by 30%. Because we believe not just in social engagement, but we believe in utilizing every tool in the box in order to clamp down on violent crime. When they were in power and murders were going up, they never have the gusto, they never have the strength to tackle the problem. We have a man who is now the opposition spokesman on national security, who was kicked out of central Manchester, who when murders did go up, him go up on a platform and him bawl for divine intervention. And the way him did a mumble, I could barely hear what he was saying. But him say, despite his best efforts, the gains are low and they are slow. We cannot afford to give back Jamaica to the hands of these individuals in the PNP who do not have the heart, they do not have the strategy to bring down violent crime. I want you to commend the work of our General Secretary, who happens to be our National Security Minister and our most honorable Prime Minister, who have strategized and worked hard to bring down violent crime. It is no coincidence that we are seeing results, because while they underfunded the police, the Jamaica Labour Party administration has given unprecedented investment in the security forces. When it comes on to violent crime, labor rights, members of Young Jamaica, Central Kingston, we and them are not the same. And the final point I want to make is that this year, in September, general election is constitutionally due. We don't know when it will be called, but I invite my Jamaican family to understand that in terms of the leadership on offer, we're not the same. On one side of the political fence, you have a man who, whenever I'm talking, I tear down people. I hear him talk about the little boy Montague. Dr. Holness participated in a ceremony where a young lady was given a house. I hear him call her the little lady, Chanel Francis. And him say, want to run Jamaica with a group of top-and-artists around him. The Jamaica Labour Party, under the leadership of Dr. Holness, we don't believe in that. We're an inclusive party that was founded from the bowels of the poor and the masses and the working class of Jamaicans. And we are invested in looking out for their interest. And we will not swerve from that mission. When you look at Dr. Holness, every week he's out in the vineyard, giving out houses to Jamaicans in need, giving water to Jamaican communities which have been without water for a long time. Dr. Holness is committed to uplifting the people of Jamaica, and that's part of the message I wanted to carry out across the crevices and corners of Jamaica, because it is important that the Jamaica Labour Party remains at the helm of leadership of this country going forward. The other side of a message of desperation. I hear a guy in the opposition spokesman and finance constituency talking about water and saying about the water quality is not good, and him see some tests. False information, not true. I see the NWC come out and say that he's misleading the country. And I want to say to him, shame on him. But it's not a coincidence, because that's the philosophy of the PNP. They believe in misinformation, inaccurate information, propaganda, and they want to mislead the people of Jamaica in order to secure their desperate thirst for political power. We cannot allow them to succeed. I'm confident Labour rights in Central Kingston, Young Jamaica, and my Jamaica Labour Party family, that if we put in the work and do what we're supposed to do, talk about the achievements, the acts of care of the government, and indicate that there is much more to come, that the third term is secure for the government of Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party. Show our labour rights!
We done them already. Get back to the money. All them a preach and preach. The poor but they go beat and teach. Them a jive by and I know them can't reach. Go and back up for your grandmother preach. Them a dump in the street and me see go over they go beat.
Labour rights. Well done, Senator. Thank you very much. Labour rights. Remember when I spoke a while ago, I spoke about work. You remember that? And so we have a brother of Young Jamaica, one of the persons in 2013 who led the charge with some young people. He's actually on the work. He's coming from a workers' meeting somewhere, because you know we don't want to talk too loud. And he's stopping off here, and I gather After him stop here, he's going to a next workers' meeting because we're always doing what? And then I understand that after that, him go in bed and tomorrow him go where? Work. Laborites, please help me welcome former president of Young Jamaica, Howard Chamberlain Jr.
Adopt the blessing. Adopt the blessing. Them can't stop me. I am blessed. I am blessed every day.
Labor rights! No, it sound like on the dead, so. I could try that again. Labor rights! Labor rights! Labor rights! Show our labor rights. My respect to the president of Young Jamaica, Rohan Walsh. Now, Rohan is a young man who born into the Labour Party, who grew up into the Labour Party, who has made selfless contribution to this political party. Even in times when the JLP is not so hot, and in times that the JLP is on top, Rohan has remained committed and steadfast to the vision of Sir Alexander Bustamante and now our Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness. Let me also give my respect and my greetings to Member of Parliament for Central Kingston, the impact boss himself, Donovan Williams. The man who I hear some new man run up and down and say they go and see it. But Donovan, they don't understand the work that you've put into this seat. They don't understand the love that the people have for you and you have for the people. And they don't understand that when election night come and the seats are being called, we would have done everything in our powers to ensure that Central Kingston remains in the column of the Jamaica Labour Party. Blessings. Because what they can't understand is how Donovan Williams and the Jamaica Labour Party was able to flip a seat that they said belonged to Michael Manley. What they can't understand is that a safe PMP seat like Central Kingston, Donovan Williams flip it, and even now them are trying to play catch up to see how much them can get it back, but it will never happen under Labour. Let me also pay my respect to my councillor of the Norbrook Division, the woman I vote for, the woman I call friend, Susan Senior. My colleagues on the platform, the mayor, the young mayor out of Mobile, His Worship the Mayor of Montego Bay, Mr. Vernon. My schoolmate and friend, Mr. Vassell, and to the rest of the platform party, let me also give my greetings to my former boss. I served as his advisor when he was Minister of Youth, the Honorable Orlando Turlong. As your president say, I am not here to talk too long because I'm just coming from a workers' meeting and I'm heading back to a workers' meeting because the work of the Jamaica Labour Party has to continue. Because a third term for Andrew Michael Holness is loading and we are delivering the prosperity for the people of Jamaica. Last week when we met in Kevin Fritz's constituency in Southeast St. Andrew, I told you then, and I'm telling you again, Favour Williams of the Jamaica Labour Party would have single-handedly ended student poverty in Jamaica. Because as a university student, and Rohan, you remember the days that enough time we're up on campus and we don't have money for buy nothing to eat. We don't know how the school fee is going to be paid. We don't know where the books are coming from. But this Jamaica Labour Party government announced that they are increasing the loan amount in the Student Loan Bureau. Not only will it cover tuition, but the loan now covers your cost of housing for the rural people who travel from far to Kingston to study. It covers the cost of books and supplies. It covers computer, and it even gives them a stipend to buy food when they're on campus. Show a labor rights. I hear Senator Apka Fitzenley tell you that we and them, we are not the same. Them nowhere in our league. Since we have been in power, we have consistently raised the minimum wage. Just the other day, since we came back into our second term, the minimum wage was 7,000. Then we brought it the year after to 9,000. Then we brought it to 13,000. Then we brought it to 15,000. And minimum wage today is 16,000. And we are going to bring it further. Because not only does the Jamaica Labour Party believe in fiscal discipline and growing the economy, but we are growing people's lives. We are growing and improving your ability to afford the ordinary things on a daily basis. This is the Jamaica Labour Party that I'm proud to be a part of. This is the Jamaica Labour Party that I born come see. The Jamaica Labour Party that I grew up in. And the Jamaica Labour Party that I will spend the rest of my life serving. People across Jamaica tell you, as you go out in the streets, and as you interact with the people, they tell you that Andrew Holness and Jamaica Labour Party government is the best thing that has happened to Jamaica. We continue to do well. People's lives are improving. People's roads are being fixed. Water is being given to people in places that has never gotten water before, because this is the Jamaica Labour Party that works. So, in closing, Young Jamaica and Central Kingston, we have a very excellent relationship. Young Jamaica was a part of the election campaign of 2020 when we brought Donovan Williams into Parliament as MP. And those who know Young Jamaica on the ground know that when Young Jamaica touch the ground, we don't have time for play. We come for work, and a chicken we are jerk. And the launching of this chapter is Young Jamaica under President Rohan Walsh signaling to the people of Central Kingston that we have not fell out of love with you. We are still very much in love with Central Kingston, and we are here to ensure that Central Kingston remains in the column of the Jamaica Labour Party. God bless you. Show a labour rights.
You know, some friend, some family. Some boy can't step to me, cause them out nothing, you see that in a them eye. Them say them love you, but I hypocrite and parasite. Bad man.
Labor rights. We want to give a warm welcome to the Minister of State in Foreign Affairs, MP Alongo Terrelong. Up next is the minister in charge of Jamaica's bread and butter. When they are fine, everybody want to come to Jamaica. Our state minister, a true political strategist with rich history in the Jamaica Labour Party, formerly the president of Generation 2000 and now the state minister in the Ministry of Tourism. His leadership has helped shape the nation.
Let me first acknowledge my brother and friend from 61 Reddles Road in St. Andrew, where I've always worn the green and black with a sense of pride. The MP for Central Kingston, Donovan Williams. And I don't think people realize the history that Donovan made, you know. I think I was in Montego Bay. And we're going through the election, and 2020. I remember when your result come on the TV, and I see several people in the room walk up to the TV, so I look for the number trying to understand what is happening in Central Kingston. Don't forget, this is probably one of the strongest PNP seats. Michael Manley seat, Willow Isaac seat, PNP, and Donovan Williams break the back of the PNP stronghold in Central Kingston. Session one labor rights. And I searched long and hard, actually do some research. Them tell me in 1944, you need to confirm it, that a labor right didn't win in 1944, named Frank Pixley or something. So we're trying to, cause it's just pure PNP. Young Jamaica, I am absolutely proud. Rohan, you don't understand how proud I am of you, Ruru. I know him as Ruru. Hard-working team. Amanda, Akeem, Warren, all of you. The work that you guys are doing in Young Jamaica is nothing short of impressive. Say our labor rights. And then we have the distinguished table here. My good friend, and she has been with us from the very beginning, When we used to go Belmont Road, I would sit down, I would have by patty and orange juice. Remember them days, eh? Remember Chichi? All right. Susan, Senior Councillor for the Norbrook Division, shower labor rights. The great celebrity mayor of Montego Bay, the showerful city of Montego Bay, Richard Vernon. The smooth litigator, TikTok boss, Davion Vassell. And the state minister, my friend and MP for East Central St. Catherine, one of the bosses in Portmore Parish, Orlando Terrelong, and all other distinguished ladies and gentlemen here tonight. So let me go through it quickly because we have the guest speaker here and we have State Minister Terrelong here. Let us first just acknowledge the great presentations of our Prime Minister and our Finance Minister in the budget presentation. I mean, JLP! And somebody come to me and said the Prime Minister spoke for about 5 hours. But boy, Delano, I wasn't bored. And I said, I wasn't bored either because usually after 10 minutes I lose focus, I move on to something else. But I sat there listening because there were so many achievements. So many achievements by Prime Minister Andrew Holness that he had tried to skip over sections of the speech. Even tourism, himself, he can't even talk about tourism right now. And he must move to the other things. Say shower labor rights. We are a party of achievement. We are a party of plans. And the third term is loading. Say shower labor rights. So what has happened now is that I see a sense of confusion with the other man them. And I see them try. I mean, in fairness, the man from Southeast St. Andrew, he gave his speech. He tried. But when I listened to his speech, I thought it was a JLP speech because the man literally cut and paste quite a number of what we have done and achieved and recycle it and then come back and say, I'm doing this. Let me give you an example. Him say, I give $1 billion to content creators and so on. And I said to myself, but I remember Prime Minister announcing at the office of the Prime Minister, January 31, I think, last year. And he announced a $1 billion Jamaica Screen Development Fund for content creators, filmmakers, the whole works in that sector, the creative industry. And I also sat on the jumper board, so I know this is happening. 406 applications came in by July last year. The money is now going out to these content creators and these filmmakers. And this man copy-paste this thing and say, I'm going to do this when we're already doing it. That shows that they are bereft of ideas, my friends. But beyond that, I think they have so lost focus. I see them putting out they're bringing out other people now because clearly the leadership of the opposition party cannot carry them party. It's obvious to me. And that's where I've been seeing former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson. Just a little bit more and more. I mean, P.J. I think going to be, Donovan, he's going to be 90 years old April 10. And happy birthday to him when it comes. And I see them pull the Prime Minister of St. Vincent, and him going to be about 80, I think, this year. So I say to myself, here we are, you have a party that wants state power, and them can't even carry a message to convince the Jamaican people. Them have to draw up a man who started politics in the 1960s before most were born to carry the message of them party. It shows you that they are out of ideas, and the Andrew Holness government knows what it's doing and is moving forward to securing that third term with the support of the Jamaican people. So them come with this old playbook, and you know, I never did want to say anything. That I know we have to be respectful to the former Prime Minister for our country. Also because he's a past student of 61 Redders Road, so I'm sure he has achieved some things. Give me something. Give me something. Highway 2000, maybe that. All right. So give him Highway 2000 and the liberalization of the telecommunication sector. All right? We can say that. But what it shows, and it's PNP people coming to me and highlighting this to me, and I say, boy, this thing really gone from bad to worse. Because here we are thinking that such man will come forward with a new way, a new vision. Him can't carry it him if I call out PJ. Let me remind you on some of the things that PJ did to this country. When you look at inflation, when PJ Patterson was in power, all this time in office, the inflation cumulatively added up to about 2,000% labor rights. 2,000%. When you compare that with Andrew Holness's leadership, inflation added up to 61% in the years that Andrew has been in office. When you look at unemployment, when PJ was there, 16-20% unemployment rate. Under Andrew Holness, him cut that in 1/5, 3.5% unemployment rate in Jamaica under the leadership of Andrew Michael Holness, Sexual Labor Rights. And then when you look at the youths, because young Jamaica is the future. We are the future. And we are talking about the future. We don't need to pull nobody from 1968 to come tell us how to move the country forward from 2025 going forward. It's madness. 30 to 40% unemployment rate when PJ Patterson was Prime Minister. Under Andrew Michael Holness, the unemployment rate was around 11% for young people. But beyond that, nobody has created more jobs than the Andrew Michael Holness administration. Do you know that Jamaica, we created 250,000 jobs since Andrew Holness became Prime Minister of Jamaica? Do you know that legendary achievement that is? That is the power, the shower of our leadership. And then, of course, Mayor Vernon said FinSac. I mean, the damage that did to Jamaica, we're still trying to recover from it. 40,000 businesses collapsed. Some people committed suicide. 42-44% of our GDP. It cost the country about $144 billion. It took years to rescue. And you know what makes it worse? Is that the people who benefited the most from the FinSac crisis and the economic catastrophe of Prime Minister P.J. Patterson are trying to take over the country. And in other countries, they would have been immediately disqualified from running for office. So this is why I observe something going on in the society, and I'm picking it up over the last few months, where a number of PNP people are actually saying, listen, you can't make them win, you know. And I said, but you're PNP. No, they cannot win. Because these people, they know how they got to where they are. And it is important, young Jamaica, that we talk to each and every young person and let them understand that This is a national responsibility now. This even go beyond politics. Because we're not just supposed to talk to labor rights, you know. We must also talk to PNP. We talk to NOP. Because you cannot have a situation where you have a government. Things are not perfect. We accept that. Things are not perfect. But my God, we have set such a strong foundation for growth and development. We must ensure that the third term is loaded for us. Abka Fitzgerald spoke earlier about the rate of crime and the same PJ that them draw for. When him start, I think he had about 600 murders in 1992. And when he left, as Abka said, 1,670 murders. I mean, it is failure on almost every aspect of running a country. And that is who they draw for to talk about the future and moving this country forward. Labor rights, we are a party of vision. We are a party of plans. We are a party of decency. We are a party of leadership. You have seen the performance. GCT cut from 16.5% to 15%. Us, Jamaica Labour Party, did that. We cut GCT and electricity bills by half starting May. Jamaica Labour Party did that. We give hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans $20,000 each under a reverse income tax credit scheme. Jamaica Labour Party did that. We moved the income tax threshold. We tripled it from $592,000 to $1.7 million, and now $1.8 million, and then $2 million. Jamaica Labour Party did that. Sexual labor rights. So as we move forward, young Jamaica, very important. Central Kingston has to go back into the column of the Jamaica Labour Party. And I tell you why, as a tourism man, we need Donovan back as Member of Parliament, because let me tell you, remember, it's under us that you see so much development happening around the city of Kingston. 4 new hotels. Jamaica Labour Party building Kingston, PNP built 0. AC Marriott, R Hotel, Courtyard Marriott, and Rock Hilton Kingston right here in downtown Kingston. Jamaica Labour Party is reviving downtown Kingston as we know it. And for the first time, look how much MP they had in this constituency and look at the place. And they deliberately drive through to see it today again. It's abysmal failure on the part of the PNP and what they have done to the people of Central Kingston. And here we have an MP now who is working 4 years now. They have been there for what? 60, 70 years. Nothing. And already as we have come in, you see Central Kingston, you see the development, you feel the development coming. You know it's coming because we're a serious, responsible government. Show our labor. So, young Jamaica, critical. We have a lot of work to do. I will want to see young Jamaica continue to step forward and ensure that the third term is properly loaded and that the JLP stay active and strong. So show our labor rights.
In this election, let us vote for the Jamaica Labour Party. Vote for Labour.
Labor rights. We can't go back. We can't go back. Look at our former Mayor Delroy Williams. We gave them the KSMAC and seems like we need to call Integrity Commission. They were power hungry, and what they have done, nothing. Our next speaker, a dedicated member of Parliament for East Central St. Catherine, known for his hard work and determination, he's now working to secure his 3rd consecutive victory. The State Minister in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, the dreadlock wonder. Please welcome MP Alonda Taylor.
Them a clap while you're dead, them a fret. No matter where you do, them say you never do for that. You no rate me, say where you want do yesterday. Me no want none of them for rate me. I be a bad man,
Showers of blessings, my brothers and sisters. Show labor rights. Show labor rights. Listen, I have to big up my brother in Parliament, MP Donovan Williams. You know, I never imagined the day when I would be speaking to a room filled with about 400 labor rights right here inside Central Kingston. I mean, I see labor rights inside, labor rights outside, labor right on the road. I mean, and I thought to myself, I East Central Portmore, my day. I must East Central, my day, because I never imagined that so many labor rights were right down here in Central Kingston. And I tell you, I feel proud because thanks to you, my brother, attorney at law, and I mean bright young man, you know, sits in the House of Parliament, and this constituency now has good and proper representation. Big up to my colleagues, one and all, my colleague, Minister of State, councillors, MPs, mayor, everybody, and of course to you, the young Jamaicans of Central Kingston who have come out here, the young Jamaicans who understand that it makes a difference who represents the people. You understand what it means to have a visionary leader in Andrew Holness, because you understand that bad mind and small-mindedness nah gone away. And that's a problem that the other side have to contend with, because then too bad mind and then too small mind. I have people coming to me and them say, MP, why are the PMP fighting against Portmore becoming a parish? Who tell them say we didn't want then carry the matter go court? Who tell them say we didn't want to take out court action for try stop the future of Portmore's growth and development? And one lady said to me, she said, Mr. Terry Lang, me a PMP, but guess what? Me now have no time for the bad mind and small-minded people. Them we are trying to stifle the growth and development of everybody else. So we have to understand, because the people of Portmore want Portmore to become a parish because they understand what it means for their property value. They understand what it means for growth, for development, for employment. They understand that when other people have a dust bowl sit down for 13 years that they call a climate change park, they understand that it takes visionary leadership like Andrew Holness and Orlando Terrelong and Robert Miller to be building a $4.2 billion resilience park in Portmore. So I want to say to all young people, and I want to make a special appeal to the private sector, the business sector, and to middle-class Jamaicans who like to think that they are independent of the political system. Because my fellow Jamaicans, because when I speak to you all. Orlando Terrelong represents the people of Jamaica. Whether you are labor rights, whether you're PMP, no P, no view, nothing at all. But I want you all to understand, my fellow Jamaicans, that it makes a difference who represents you. It also means that you all must stop thinking that all politicians are the same, because all politicians are not the same. There are politicians like the Prime Minister and like the members of Parliament representing the Jamaica Labour Party who care about every single one of you, who care about the future for your children. And this is why we have implemented so many policies for our young people. This is why we have implemented so many policies for you, the working class. This is why we've implemented so many policies that benefit the elderly as well. So stop thinking that all politicians are the same, because we're not all bad-minded and we're not all smile-minded. And a Prime Minister leading Jamaica like Andrew Holness sees things clearly. Everybody can now own a home, whether under the whole program or going to NHT. I mean, I remember when NHT was given $3 million, $5 million. Now under this government, you can get $9 million towards owning a home. Under this government, the NHT will now be focused on building housing solutions that are in a $14 million range, which means that you can use your points and get $9 million. Or you can team up, whether with your mother or your partner or your grandmother or somebody else, and the two of you can team up and you can get what, $15 or $17 million? It makes a difference who represent the people. And for those who think that, well, politics now have nothing to do with you, listen, the minute you turn on the light switch in your house, politics is at play. Because it is the policies of the Jamaica Labour Party that is focused on renewable energy. It is the policy of the Jamaica Labour Party government that says we're going to cut the GCT on the light from 15% to 7%. It is the policy of the Jamaica Labour Party that is making these changes that going to make everybody see a little extra in your pocket. It could be $1,000, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. It is the policies of the Jamaica Labour Party that said we're going to move the income tax threshold from $500,000 to $1.5 million, then 1.7, and now 1.8, going towards $2 million. Again, these things are very important. So, my fellow Jamaicans, we need to stop thinking that all politicians are the same or it don't make a difference, because it does make a difference. We have seen Jamaica move in a positive direction, because when the government cuts the national debt, you hear the Prime Minister talk about debt reduction. So when we came into power in 2016, the debt rate was about 144% of GDP, which means that for every $100 that you earn, you still owe $144. Not even for every dollar that you earn, you still owe $144. And that's what debt means. So imagine you're going to work and you earn $1, but you still owe somebody $144. You're going to be in debt. Now, for every $100 that you earn as a government, you only owe about 60-something cents. It means that you have extra money. And because this government has put in place good economic policies, that's where we now have more money to build up the roads, then build new hospitals, build new police stations, build new fire stations. We can give money when there's hurricane. We can give out grant. We can give out housing assistance. That is where we get the extra money from. So it does make a difference. So I want to appeal to all Jamaicans. Choose Jamaica. Don't stay at home when election time come and think, say, boy, well, I not forgot vote because I can't fly go Miami same way, or I not forgot vote because I can't still go supermarket, or I not forgot vote because I still can't buy my new clocks, or I not forgot vote because I can't still put gas in my car. Making a decision to vote means the difference between ensuring a good future for Jamaica or a bad future for Jamaica. So I want to encourage you all. Judge the government for the work that has been done. Judge your MPs for the work that has been done. Don't stay home, because staying home could mean the difference between having a positive and visionary government or a government that is just bad-minded or small-minded, and then next thing you realize, the economy start crumble. You can't go supermarket, you can't buy no car, you can't buy no clothes, you can't even shop on Shein, and then you realize, you're in wage freeze again, because the other government, are them tax and cut and put in wage freeze. Yes, so all our teachers and our police officers, our doctors, our civil servants, you all know that whilst the salary might not be the exact perfect salary that you want, but for the last 3 years, this is the government that has increased salaries for all public servants, all civil servants. This is the government has increased it. Under the previous government, all 3 years pass and the salary bang up. 5 years pass and the salary bang up. It don't have no change at all. So it does make a difference who represents you, my fellow Jamaicans, my brothers and sisters. Don't stay home. On election day, come on out and support the government that has been the best performing government in the history of Jamaica. Show our labor rights. Third term, loading. Show our labor rights. Peace and love.
Yeah, me know. Orlando from your little underground spend, me know you did a go far. No people never see nothing but you see a star. See your name in bright lights and face in cinemas. Them used to say your chest high, but look at you now, in full control. If you're in a push start press.
Labor rights.
Designer clothes and shoes.
Thank you very much, Minister, State Minister, Orlando Terry Long. Labor rights, how do you feel? Good. Good. Because we have two more and gentlemen. They will bring a good message to us. So labor rights, before we go any further, I just want to ask the members of Central Kingston, Young Jamaica, to just come to the podium right now, please. People like Akeem, Amanda, yeah, Roger, everybody, come up. Come up around. Come, get up, man, come up. These are some of the young members down here in Central Kingston who would have been putting out the work. And we want to acknowledge every single one of them for the work that they have been doing. Yes? These are the young people right here that have been working night and day for the organization here. And we want everybody to just clap them. Yeah? Yeah, man.
I me say family. Me love me family, them do me heart. No do the one of them real kill it to the end.
A lawyer with over 20 years of political service, a dedicated MP representing Central Kingston with a strong foundation in law and a fierce dedication to his constituents. He has worked tirelessly to ensure the success of his party and the people he serves. Please welcome MP Donovan Williams!
Hey Donovan, rose in one in my glance. Now some man not one like them, no one give homage to the shower bands. Look how much of them Donovan help. Look how much of them borrow a style and never say man we a plan. We not really worry no because we not worry about some other party. We a keep soul a car. For you see how you get not a passat. Always spring at moments with Donovan Williams. From him nickel and I grow Donovan and say him I go live for impact. Say the things so when they see with them I say Central Kingston then thing shot. Some other side get the chance and flap Donovan no believe in that. If they say go marathon we go lap and lap. Show a boss him make him pop. Donovan no for them you see a chat them and nobody.
Show our labor rights. Show our labor rights. Yes, Susan. Susan said I need to take a second and breathe easy. I know you will agree with me that we have a wonderful, vibrant group of young people here. What do you say? And of course, you have heard them displayed and seen them displayed their various talents here this evening. And I want you to know that the future of Central Kingston is in good hands. Show labor rights!
Labor rights.
Oh, I'll be here. Councillor Hamilton and I, along with Caretaker Ellis, we want to take a moment to recognize the incredible efforts of the Young Jamaica Executive led by President Rohan Walsh and General Secretary Daniel Richards. Give them a round of applause. To you and your entire team, thank you. Your hard work, passion, and commitment to this movement have been instrumental in getting us to this point. It is through your dedication that we continue to strengthen our party and our vision for a better Jamaica. Let's give them another well-deserved round of applause. Young Jamaica! Now, young people, this is truly an exciting time for you to be a laborite. Opportunity to step up and get involved. Your esteemed Prime Minister, the Honorable Andrew, the most Honorable Andrew Michael Holness, has delivered an excellent 2025-2026 budget presentation, setting the pace for you to be part of Jamaica's journey from poverty to prosperity. The macroeconomic stability outlined by our Finance Minister, the Honorable Favour Williams, alongside our Prime Minister, has instilled hope in every young person. These economic successes, when viewed personally, should ignite a deep sense of optimism about your future. You know, I've been around long enough to remember, and previous speakers have alerted to it. I've been around long enough to remember when budget speeches brought a sense of dread. I would wonder what austerity measures are coming next. What new taxes will we face? Your reality today, young people, is different. Today, you can engage budget presentations with eager anticipation, knowing they will provide a sober, thoughtful assessment of our economic state and the next steps toward improving your lives. So gone are the days when you approach this with trepidation. So where are we now? If unemployment stands at 3.5%, it means the odds of a young person landing a job are higher than ever. Isn't that true? If inflation is at a historic low of 4.6%, making goods and services more affordable, it means the young people will be able to survive in this country and grow. Or reduce, because sometimes we hear these figures and these economic policies and we don't personalize them. And that is one of the issues we're having in Jamaica. People must personalize. As the Prime Minister says, good economic management can yam. So a reduced debt to GDP ratio means less of our national income is spent servicing debt, allowing your government to invest in what? More buses, fix more roads, and ensure you can get to school and work comfortably and on time. You hear about NIR, a robust net international reserves. As young people say, how does that affect me? Well, it makes Jamaica more resilient to external shocks, allowing us to weather pandemics and hurricanes without resorting to borrowing, ensuring that your life continues uninterrupted. Now, as I listened to the Prime Minister's presentation the other day, something struck me. I've often wondered why the physical and social infrastructure of central Kingston had been left to deteriorate for so long before my tenure. But the answer came in 3 words. The Prime Minister answered it. And I sat there and listened. He says, bad PNP policies. Bad PNP policies. But no, young Laborites, you have seen the evidence. The Central Kingston Rescue Mission is bearing fruit. Our future here in Central Kingston is tied to the sound economic management of our country. There is that direct link between us. Now, what is happening down here? As young people, when you go out, what will you be going out with? Major crimes are the lowest in years in Central Kingston. And we should say, show a labor right. More young people are accessing training and education through government programs. And we should say, show a labor rights. The reduction in interest rates and the removal for the requirement of guarantors by the Students' Loans Bureau has made it more easier for our students to access tertiary education. I sit at my office as the MP, and I can tell you, a lot of our young people are accessing higher education and training. It's happening. The physical infrastructure in your community is changing. Zinc fences are being replaced with concrete structures all over the constituency, and this program will continue to expand. We have a lot of them coming up. Housing is improving. Now, the PM in his budget speech presentation identified Central Kingston as one of, well, two. He specifically says that Almontown and Parade Gardens are to benefit from a new housing program under the Housing Agency of Jamaica. Now we should say, show labor rights. Labor rights. And I can testify to that because I toured several properties here with representatives from the Housing Agency of Jamaica. And so I know that the Prime Minister is serious and is truthful and credible when he speaks in Parliament. Now, if you look around, existing buildings such as the Fleet Street housing scheme, built in the 1980s, was never upgraded or renovated under any other party or MP. But I can stand here today and say, the people here who are from Fleet Street housing scheme can say, your scheme is looking beautiful. What do you say? And we know, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. We have a program coming up to improve the washroom areas. We are building a new garbage skip. That project has been approved in the sum of $600,000 roundabout there. We'll be creating a new garbage skip, improving the one that is there, and we will continue the renovation and upgrading of the Fleet Street housing scheme. Well, one of the big news that is coming is that very soon, around the corner, very soon, we will have a groundbreaking for 21 multi-family units along Hanover Street in Central Kingston, over Tel Aviv. So we look after labor rights, and we look after PNP. What you say? 21 housing scheme, and we're continuing, more coming. Right now, 5 houses. Yes, I see some of the beneficiaries are here, you know. I see one lady who will get one. 5 housing units are under construction as part of the Hope Social Program. We are currently building 5 houses. They are under construction under the Social Housing Program. But you know, we built some before. We built about 8 to 10 before that. So we are the beneficiaries. So in other words, we are improving the housing infrastructure of our community. And tell you the truth, you know, you don't see nothing yet. It's coming. Central Kingston has a bright future. We are assisting residents with title applications, ensuring home ownership security. Now, your community roads are being improved, and you see that. Your community roads are being improved under various government programs. More projects are also coming under what? Reach and Sparks. Now we have a couple little drains giving us a little niggling, some side drains and drains. If you notice, we have been repairing our cross drains. Now tell me the truth. You know that cross drain down by Rosemary Lane and the intersection of Last Street? Anybody did fix it? Every day I drive in my van, throw it, I drop in a hole. And I hear it was there years before us. Right in the heart of Tel Aviv, that a such man say, he can't believe how Tel Aviv people turn labor right. Well, that is one of the reasons. To ignore the people them. That is one of the reasons why Tel Aviv vote labor right. Because neglect the people them. So I want to tell me opponent right now, the reason the people them turning labor right is because PNP never do nothing for them. Ready for me now? We're ready? But them come now. Eh? They want to come claim paternity now. But
want some DNA test in here? Yes, man. So we're going to fix up the drains. Lad Lane are going to fix. All of them are going to fix. We're going to do more work on Wildman Street. Yes. Lincoln Terrace in Franklin Town. You're up under Sparks. Goodwin Park Road. Help me out to the one in Kingston Gardens there around on the back, giving me little problems. Eh? Wagonet Crescent coming too. So we're fixing roads. What is happening is that this government has so managed the country's economic affairs that it is able to spend money now on the communities. So we don't need no other party. More people from our community are securing jobs. We have more people going to work. Our sports and recreation centers are being upgraded. A major project is on the way in the Raytown division. You see the beautiful, hold on the pass down Raytown. You see the beautiful grass court that we built. Did you know that such man had the heart to come say him want put football competition on it before we owned it? What the audacity! After we make the pretty football court that we plan to open, because we're trying to finish out now, we're going to fence it, you know. And we're going to put up lights in the night, you know. The little boys, they're going to play football. Young people, that is young Jamaica. These are the things that have to take out there. Young people are going to be able to go play them football at night. Come on, and we're building a jogging trail, walking trail around it for the seniors. That is approved at Chase. Let me tell you something. Show all your rights!
None of them not there on the level. I'm not even I know how I do it.
And we're not done it. Sorry, I'm coming down now. I'm wrapping up, but we're not done it. You see higher burn, open land up there, sir? Yes, man. Project draft up, you know. Jamaica Social Investment Fund under the zones of special operation build phase. You know the build phase? When them finish all the place, like all it now nice and quiet and peaceful, them introduce now a build phase. Now what the build phase is all about now, investment in the community now. Move more thing fence, fix up the recreational area, fix up the houses, fix up the light issue, so we all can get electricity and we can pay when the bill and we not run from police.
You know, sister, we are create waves like the ocean, yeah. When you're there, better than your son, Lord, explosion, and we make the commotion.
Oh, you mean, we're ready for them, you know? I see them not ashamed, you know? Me see them, I walk around and I put up posters. Some big, pretty posters. And guess what, them I put them on some place where them ignore for 40, 50 years. On the see what I do with building, on the pass on East Queen Street and so we pick up. Come on, man. We used to pass building and building was an eyesore. Hey, you remember? Look how building pretty now. All now them have Christmas lights, them can't take them down the way they play pretty. You know, trust me, man. They've never said anything like that. We're improving our recreational grounds. And a lot more to come. Look here. You see, when I listen to my Prime Minister the other day, and I sat there, I was such a proud man. I said, Lord, I came to politics the right time, right moment, right leader, right constituency, because anybody can come down here, so you know. You know, anybody can come down here, so. Sorry for the patois. But anybody can come down here, you know. You notice that we're not run off down here. Nobody don't want to run off down here. Because them know say down here so tough. But the harder hey, look here. When the going gets tough, show them right!
Boss for every boss, done for every done. Ever militant, so it and so it and humble like column. Tell them no confusion. Pass me everybody.
Thank you to our MP, Donovan Williams, the man with a plan. A wise person once said, if you fail to plan, you are preparing to fail. And we are choosing our MP, Donovan Williams, for our second term in Central Kingston.
Labor right.
Up next is a true testament that the Jamaica Labour Party believes in the youth. The youngest ever mayor of Montego Bay, who has shown incredible leadership in St. James, and here account to four.
Bravo, DJ, bravo, DJ, bravo, DJ, bravo, champion, 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 champion.
With a history of service as a councillor and deputy mayor, he is now leading the city into a new era. He is testament that the grass is definitely greener on this side. Please welcome Mayor Richard Vernon.
No, every time I rise, we do it for the love and not do it for the lights. Do it for the love and not do it for the lights. Do it for the love and not do it for the lights. Do it for the love and not do it for the lights. Make them know success don't come overnight. Make them know a substance.
Labor rights. Labor rights. Labor rights. Why, we don't need to get a bigger room. 60% of Jamaica's population, put it the other way, 60% of Jamaica's population is under 35 years old. So if the youth is the future of Jamaica, then young Jamaica is the future of Jamaica Labour Party. It is young Jamaica's event, so I have to recognize them now. Mr. President and the team, let me hear it for them. And then, let me recognize our minister, our ministers. Congratulate our newly minted minister, Mr. Delana Seafried. And our hard-working minister, Terry Long. I've listened to the previous speakers. And they've said a lot. They've said a lot. And I agree with all that has been said. In fact, all I have to say, where my colleagues are concerned, is ditto. Ditto. But we want to put some things into context. Because I have seen and I've heard some recklessness coming out of the other side. And I don't even want to use the word reckless where they are concerned, because in fact, they wreck more. But if you were born in the 80s, it means that you never have enough sense to understand what God. So it took you some time. I would say probably about 15 years to understand what was happening. But by 15, it was already too late. Gone bad. And you have some Jamaicans that will say to us, why you guys always talk about the past? You just talk about the past. But remember, I know, Marcus Garvey told us that a people without knowledge of its past is like a tree without roots. But we want our young Jamaican people to have roots. So we are giving them the roots. And that is why the previous speakers spend so much time explaining, hinting, alluding to what has been done and not done. And I want to add a little more. Maybe I can say it a little different so you can understand how the PNP mash up the country. Wreck it. They wreck more. So, there is this. They grill it up. It's a record. It's a tape. So, we often talk about the economy. You know, a lot of persons, when they hear the word economy, them zone out because they don't understand, they can't relate. So I tend to use your household as an example because you must can understand how to run your household. So every time I hear me say the word economy, think about your household. Think about all the money that you make in your household between the man and the woman or anybody else in there that is earning a salary and how you have to spend that money to keep the household going. So, for many years, through bad economic policies, the decisions that they made to, in an attempt to serve and to get growth. I don't even associate the word growth with the PNP because they know nothing of such. So when we got the office, when we came into government in 2016, as a matter of fact, I'll go back a little bit more to Bruce, 2007. The debt to GDP was 30%. I hear Minister said 40, somewhere thereabout. Now, what this means in the household is that even though you owe a lot of money out there, you have to live. But the higher the debt, the more you have to commit to servicing the debt. So in the household, when you add up what the man and the woman make, it come up to $1,000, for example. But because you owe so much money, you have to be paying more every month. Else them going to shut it down. Shut down everything that you borrow. It means that them going to send come for your settee. They must send come for your fridge. And before you know it, you're bed. And then you don't have nothing to send the picnic to school, to pay the rent, to buy food, to buy everything. $300. So that was the country. But you know how we reach up 130%? So it started with some bad management. So first and foremost, we became less productive. In the 70s, they tried an experiment called socialism. And when persons heard about socialism, the next thing they heard about was communism. And because in some places across the world, under communism, government take away everything what you have. Everything. The Jamaican people who were here, professionals, who never wanted the government, the manly government, to take away everything. Them lift up. Them lift up. So all the doctors and the nurses and the professionals and all the educated people, them lift up. All the companies that were doing well, them lift up. You know what happened? Jamaica was here and it went like this. Sub-zero, you're right. Mortal Kombat. So, when the productivity cut, we weren't earning enough to service the debt. So we start going on backlog. Oh, rewrite this, extend that, give me more money, do this. People are borrowing money to pay teacher. Borrow money to pay nurses. Borrow the money to pay police. If you're running a business and you borrowing money to pay the business rent, shut it down. How can you borrow money to pay bills? That is what the PNP was doing. So the debt went up and up. And then by the 1990s, under one man will come out and say he's the opening batsman, Mr. PJ Patterson, who has no moral authority to speak on economic performance. Come out. And guess what? The PNP can't do no better because he's still better than Mark. So much so that when they asked Mark to articulate the plans for Jamaica, I'm not sure if he was trying to explain it, but I saw a video sometime. It was like, no, serious business now. Stop laughing now. All right. So in 1990s, we had something called a financial meltdown, a run on the bank. Now let me explain to you. You know, I'm explaining it to you so that when I speak to the other part of my presentation, you understand why we have to have this conversation. Because we're talking about this evening the proof and the plan. And the proof is what I'm explaining now. So in Jamaica and in other places, we have something called fractional banking. So at the bank, each time you lodge $100, the bank would keep 20. And they use the $80 to give out loans. You follow me? So that is how banks work. So when they loan out the $80, they must reserve the 20. But when they set up their policies back then, the bank never had stringent measures in place to protect people's money. So when everybody went back to the bank and said, "Me want my money," the bank can't find the money because them give out the money in a loans and no protection to ensure that they keep the reserve. So guess what happened now? The bank started to crash. And they created FinSac to bail out the banks. And FinSac had all their friends and them Kumbolo and them Tapanaris. By the way, some of those who were in FinSac then are seeking to run the country now. That is why I say they are wrecked more. So, this group called FinSac raised up the interest rate on the loans. So people were unable to pay back the little money they borrow. And because you can't pay back the money, them take away your things. Until everybody who didn't dare me hear one of our previous speakers, I think it was APCA, said that 40,000 businesses shut down under it. Because these businesses are those businesses, they depended on the little loan to run. And the interest rate was so high. So after FinSac, which was a pandemic, at the end of it, some people were very, very destitute. I heard some persons committed suicide. And then there were some persons who were very, very rich. And they're still here today, smiling with the Jamaican people. Smiling with the Jamaican people, like them take this thing for joke. So when they wreck the businesses and shut down the place, then what we were using, your money, to pay the debt to GDP now moved from 70 to 80 to 90 to 100, and FinSac accounted for 40% of the money that we had to repay. In other words, because FinSac was instituted or established, it cost us 40% more to pay back the debts, the money that we borrowed for many years from the IMF and other financial institutions. So debt to GDP now was 140%. So all of this debt to GDP was created by the people. I don't think they are a national party at all. The PNP. So we're following. So 140% now. So we'll go back to the household now. Watch this. So 140% now. Costing us $700 out of every 1,000 to service. And that is why for many years they had to freeze wages. They can't increase minimum wage. They can't fix road. They can't touch Cornwall Regional Hospital that them come talking about. No, fix it, fix it, fix it. You couldn't fix it. So they couldn't do anything with the $300. But yet, you know what they do? You know what they did? Yet, them still dipping on the $300. And I run with it. And I start up Jeep. Vroom, 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 vroom. And I do all kind of wreck, more or less. I wreck more and more. With our money. So the proof now. If you were from a particular time, you would understand this. I'm spending the time to catch you up because it's a young people meeting. So you must know the facts. Because we shall not go back there. So, by the way, I see a gentleman on a sentence say forward never and backward never. Him stuck. And I believe it is a reflection of the PNP. No. And of course, the Prime Minister gave them some credit to say that they followed the rules. But guess what? They had to follow the rules. Because they signed to it. They're behaving as if, oh, we were so brilliant. No! Otherwise, IMF would have turned up the pressure on them. They had to follow the rules. So the rules say you must pay a certain amount of money by a certain time. And that is why you keep hearing them say, oh, we passed the test. Kudos to them for following the rules. So when they followed the rules and we took over, we were nearing the end of this arrangement with IMF. So we now could do foolishness with the money, with people's money. You know them said that there are some children who are born into some family with wealth, but them not come out to nothing. I'm saying this to say that not because you inherited something good means that you know how to turn it around to be greater. You have to be responsible. And even in our personal lives, that's the lesson. We have to be responsible to turn good into better and better into best. That is the Jamaica Labour Party. So, we started the process now of being committed to repaying the debt. So we finished with the IMF to a certain extent, and we are now paying the debt. And every time we made a commitment to pay the debt, they're saying, oh, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why UNO never do it? So we pay the debt, and we bring the debt now that we did owe, the 140, right? So we pay off courts, and we pay off singer, and we pay off, and now the household is earning more money, you know. It's earning now 1,500 instead of 1,000 because the government increased minimum wage. But you're only paying $400 because you owe less. So you have $1,100 to fix up Cornwall Regional Hospital, to build Harmony Beach Park, to do the perimeter road, to fix up the police stations, to build new police stations, to deal with Portmore, to fix up all the parks across Jamaica, to develop St. Thomas, to develop Portland, to rev up the Spark program, to reach to the communities. And now, having seen how well we have done it, having seen that there's money to spend, you walk, come spend it.
Labor right.
That nah go happen. A matter of fact, I always tell them, we now go work so hard. You know, my father always said to me, me work too hard for me to come take my money to foolishness. Me work too hard. Labor right now. Yes. So we work too hard. Come with so much good plans to allow them to come and cut ribbon. To come own project because I know them like to play that role like. Right? We work too hard. And then they want to say, oh, we did this and you did nothing. And they have a style now. And it shows that they have no clear plan for Jamaica. Any young person who is aware of our history and still choose to be a part of the PNP, I beg you, look into yourself. Because I don't see where you can find good arguments to propose as a young person about what the PNP did for Jamaica, especially in the last 30 years. So, it is clear that they have no plan. And let me tell you the strategy that they're using. So they come to Montego Bay. They came about a month ago. And they had a meeting with some persons at a location that we refer to in Montego Bay as Boglands. Boglands is a commercial spot that was captured by business people and people of status. And I was told they're very much associated with the PNP. So guess what? They came there recently and they promised the people that when they when they come into government, they are going to declare the land under the Housing Act. You're declaring a commercial property under Housing Act. Think about it. Madness. And they don't have to go to the parish council. That's what they said. Out of order. So this is a strategy that they listen to the people and say, oh, when we go into government, we are going to do this, we are going to do that. So they went to a meeting recently with the BPO, the business process outsourcing sector, particularly in Montego Bay. And guess what they said? Oh, when we come into government, this is going to be one of our main focuses. It is already an established industry. And that is why our Prime Minister talks about Aspire, because in the E, it talks about economic diversification, which means that we are going to focus on new types of businesses, or look at the existing ones and see how we can expand them, and look into the creative industry and see how we can develop it even further so our people can be better off. They're talking about something already established, no plan. And I bet if they're going to a corner and see a youth and make a backstroke, they're going to say, oh, when we come into government, we are going to focus on backstroke. No plans. So how can you even look in that direction? And it is for this reason why we must go into defense mode. we must go into defense mode. And I'm happy that our young people are here this afternoon into the evening, up front and center, ready to defend not the Jamaica Labour Party only, but their country, their future. We choose Jamaica, some people can't. We're still waiting. So, this is how we're going to defend. We have a few days before the end of March. Numbers matter. We need to enumerate more. Our young people, your task is to find approximately 10 people. Each of you find 10 people and carry them down to the EOJ office before the end of the week. And let them enumerate. You must can find 10 friends who may or may not have been living in the constituency. But you need now to get them, if they are not on the voters list, carry them down there. Now I'm going to say to the president, for Central Kingston, organize as the party is organized structurally. The constitution of the Jamaica Labour Party speaks to a particular structure. There's a member of parliament chairman for the constituency. Then you have chairmen for the divisions. And each PD has a supervisor. And each cluster has a leader. So you are going to use that said structure. Because if you have the president for Young Jamaica Central Kingston, then you must have chairmen for each division. Then you must assign each Young Jamaica member to a PD. You start to count your numbers and you see how many persons you have already. Just for, yes, I'm not going to talk about anything else. But guess what? You have to organize. Organize. So when you organize yourselves in that way, the next part, and they know this very well, they know this part. You need to canvass. But the difference between they knowing it and us knowing it is actually doing it. Because a lot of times we know what to do and we still don't. So the difference maker is to actually get it done. And that is why the Jamaica Labour Party has distinguished itself. Because we are a party of action. We get things done. That is why our numbers are different, by far exceeding that which the PNP has achieved during their time. We doubled their figures in many respects. And one of the dumbest statements I've heard, I'm not sure if it's in the longest while, but maybe ever, is when a man who is supposed to be an example to a section of this society is going to look at us on national TV. One of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Economic statistics can yam. Dangerous. That's dangerous. Because the statistics tells us where we are, how well we are doing, what needs to change. So if they are not paying attention to statistics, what do they use to measure? And let me tell you something. I started with the explanation of why it is important to have a solid, sound economy. I'm closing with that. Everything else in society depends on a solid foundation, which is the money that you earn in your household. If you're not earning anything in the household, if the money is not being managed properly, you can't do anything else. You can't send them to school, no education. You can't acquire assets. You can't improve your income. And it's the same thing in the country, generally. So it is important that we have a solid, sound economy. And if they can't manage that, it means that they can't manage the country. But we have proven, we have the track record to show that we have the better candidates, the better leader, and we have the plans to prosper you, not to harm you. We have the plans to give you hope and a future. This Jamaica Labour Party is the party for and of young people. This Jamaica Labour Party is the party for the future. And this Labour Party has never given up on the dream that we will move from poverty to prosperity. Show our labor rights! Show our labor rights! Blessings.
Jehovah guide me, be my guidance, great salvation for me. Jehovah guide me, be my guidance, no they could never stop me. I'm on the rock, I'm on the rock. Higher than higher than Jehovah guide me, I'm on the rock, I'm on the rock. Go tell my enemy, I'm on the rock. Celestia guide me, and not me them can't stop. I will never look back. Look how much thing they try, look how much thing they try, and everything fear, and everything fear. To move on from the calling up, I try to take my life. I want to go watch you.
Give it up for the mayor of Montego Bay. I want to recognize a special someone in the room today, the former Vice President of Young Jamaica, Marlon Osborne. Good evening, once again. Namaste, Ramano. Good evening, everyone. MPs, senators, Young Jamaica representatives, caretakers, esteemed members of the Jamaica Labour Party, ladies, gentlemen, and my fellow Young Jamaica members, welcome. Thank you all for taking the time out to be here to support the Young Jamaica chapter of Central Kingston. A special thank you to our sponsors, Holy Family Primary, Young Jamaica Executives, Jermaine Cowie, KVJ Hiring, and MP Donovan Williams.
Labor.
Your generosity are not just contributions to us, but investments in Central Kingston, and more importantly, the future of our great nation. This evening, when you leave this this evening we gather under the theme, the future isn't later, it's now. Repeat after me. The future isn't later, it's now. Too often we hear change will come someday. That progress isn't something to wait for, but Young Jamaica stands for action. We believe that the future isn't a distant promise. It is built by the choices we make right now. As our Prime Minister, the most Honorable Andrew Holness once said, we choose Jamaica. And that choice isn't just a statement, it's a commitment to lead and serve, to take responsibility for shaping Jamaica we envision. Because the future of this country will not be handed to us, we must create it here and now. We are not about cute catchphrases and failed promises. The young people of Central Kingston have decided we are not going back. We have seen the green light. Ring on the bells, Labour Rights, with our MP, Donovan Williams.
Shout.
Green means go, and we are moving forward together, stronger and more determined than ever. This is not just about words, it's about action. It's about ensuring the opportunities reach our community, and the young people have a voice. We are committed to showing the young people of Central Kingston just how important they are. Too often our youth feel overlooked, unheard, and uncertain. But let's make it clear, you matter. The young people of Central Kingston, you matter. Your dreams, ambition, and your potential are the foundation of Jamaica we are building. We are just here to talk. We are here to act together. We will create an environment where the youth of Central Kingston are not only educated and equipped, but empowered to shape the future of our community and our country. The journey starts now. The future is now. Thank you.
Shower labor rights. Safe journey home. Get home safe. One love.
Jamaica.